Hare Krishna, the program has officially begun. Satadal, over to you.
First of all, good evening to everybody. And before I begin, I must say that when you come across a script that is well written and written with a lot of passion, and it has got a lot of learning, you get overcome by emotion. That may result in a choked voice. I'm a living example. So you'll have to bear with me and my choked voice because I read the book and I learned from it. So good evening once again, everybody. Welcome to the launch of this book called Seeds of Advice by Vikram Khaitan. So before I take it to Vikram Khaitan so that he can explain about the book and about himself, I'd like to say that, why do people read the Gita and how do they read the Gita? Do they read the Gita as a religious text, or do they read it as a philosophical treatise or mythological saga? How do they read it? It cannot be a religious text, because Gita was written in 500 BC, 1000 years before Muhammad and 2000 years before the term Hinduism was coined. So Gita is something of a learning for everybody. You come from whichever caste you do, or from whichever group you do, Gita belongs to everybody. I'm talking about the text of Gita. I'm not talking about any person called Gita. So coming to the point is, in this particular book of Vikram Khaitan, there are 18 chapters, 18 chapters of visionary learning, wherein people are led to know properly that how you can overcome your vices and how can you overcome adversities and your shortcomings through the learnings of the Gita. So it is a very well-written, well-textured book, and very well, the flow has been corroborated, of course, that Mr. Ashish Mukherjee will tell us about. And I'd like to say that there are 18 chapters in this book. There are 18 chapters in Gita. And 18 is a very significant number because there were 18 days of war in Mahabharata. And in a TED talk, there are 18 minutes, and very soon we will have Vikram Khaitan talking on TED talk about it. That is my dream. And coming back to the point, let me introduce the people who are here this evening, the eminent speakers. First of all, we have got Dr. KRS Nair. Everybody knows who Dr. Nair is. He's an eminent scholar, he's a trainer, he's a, he's a teacher, he's a guru, and of course, a very good author. We have got Mr. Ashish Mukherjee, who is an engineer, who is an analyst, who is a professor, who is an electrocutionist, who is an evaluator, adjudicator, all put into one. Abhi main bolne jaunga to raat cover ho jayega. So let us keep it that way. And who has rated the book of Vikram Khaitan, and he himself will say that. And then we have got Mrs. Sharmishta Roy, who has got 4 decades of experience in the line of education. And she's a very well-known figure in Kolkata. And I believe that there are, in Kolkata, there are only 2 exponents in English. There are many others, but I'd like to name 2. One is, may I have everybody on mute, please? So there are 2 exponents of English in Kolkata. One is Mrs. Sharmishta Roy, and the second one is also Mrs. Sharmishta Roy. I was tempted to tell Satadal Lahiri, but then that would have been, a little bit imbalanced. Then we have Som Batlaji. He can join any moment. He will be joining probably within 5-10 minutes. So everybody knows who is 22 plus bestsellers in Amazon, and then the founder of Author Freedom Hub. He is nurturing a community of 1,500 plus authors, and having a dream of creating a community of 10,000 authors, which he'll be achieving pretty soon. And of course, he has got lots of more dreams, wider dreams that he'll come and explain to us. We have got Professor Narsi Reddy from Bangalore, who was heading the English department of the prestigious Jain College, Bangalore. And now he is heading his own family institute called the Gurukulam Institute of Educations. And he is also, he is also into writing. He has done something with, he'll explain, he has done something with journalism, a course in journalism. So he is very good in journalism as well. So he is producing this in-house book called the Stay Fit. The name of the company is Stay Fit, wellness magazine, wellness group, in a group of companies of health and wellness. The magazine's name is also Stay Fit. It is internationally renowned. So he is the chief editor of that. That's Professor Narsi Reddy. Then we have Dr. G.K. Ganpati Reddy. He is not yet joined. I think he'll be joining sometime soon. So he's the founder of the Stay Fit group and a prominent person in the world of health and wellness. And of course, is the recipient of Global Indian Award. That's a tall ask. Then we have his brother, Mr. Ram Prasad Reddy, who is the MD of the Stay Fit group, and he is a semi-Ironman. Now, he will explain. It's very difficult to explain what is a semi-Ironman. It's somebody who has got too much endurance, who can swim, who can run, who can cycle, who can do a whole lot of things. So he can do a whole lot of things. So he's a semi-Ironman of India. We are proud of him, sir. We have Ritika Basudev, who is a relationship coach, and she is also from the beauty and wellness industry. Very well known. She has got a lot of following, and also she is a coach and mentor to many people around. So welcome, Ritika ji. We have got Praveen Vyas. Has he joined? I could not see him in the screen. So we have got Praveen Vyas, who is also an, okay, thank you to be there. And he is an educationalist and is very good at this digital platforms and digital technology. And he also aspires to be, somebody who can write or who can promote his ideas. He's got a lot of ideas. And of course, his long-term dream is becoming a monk who will ultimately sell his Ferrari. So welcome, Praveen Vyas. And then, of course, we have Mrs. Shweta Trivedi, who is the publisher from Clever Fox, the publisher of this book, Seeds of Advice. And they are, doing very well in the market. And Ms. Shweta herself is an author. She has authored one book called Violet and Vodka. And then there is Dr. R.C. Raina. Well, it will take a long time to describe R.C. Raina, 3 decades in the television. He's an author, he's a conscious mind coach, and he's a mentor, and also he is a prominent face in Indian television. We have got Mr. Vishal Gupta. We were, some time ago, we were conversing. Mr. Vishal Gupta, engineer, lawyer, astrologer, photographer, and of course, author, and a great friend. So welcome, Mr. Gupta. And then to describe about the Geeta, we have got Geeta Ramachandran, who was the first lady employer with BPCL. And she is the author of 2 Amazon bestsellers, a wonderful person, a wonderful guide, wonderful mentor. Welcome, Geeta Madam. We have got the ever handsome Lalit Hundlani, who is a life transformation coach and authors of 2 Amazon bestsellers and a very good friend. Welcome, Lalit. We have got Mrs. Rupal Mohta, who is a company secretary and author of an amazing Amazon bestseller. Amazing is the word. Please reach out and read it. We'll post the link after some time. Rupal ji, if you have the link ready, when you are talking, please post the link of your book. Then we have Mr. Chetan Vansal, who is a spiritualist and an author and an Amazon bestseller. And he is right now is out of his hometown. And so spirited of him to be here and spend the evening with us. And then we have got Dr. Anand Ahuja, who is a cardiologist, eminent cardiologist, an author, a creative person, a poet, and then, of course, a very good friend. So these are the people that we have gathered here with. And of course, welcome to all the other people who have come here to support us, support the book, know about the book, and of course, give your valued comments in the chat box. And before going further, I'd like to introduce the author. He does not need any introduction, but there's a formality always that we need to introduce the author. Vikram Khaitan is from the financial background. His MBA in finance and a black belt in Six Sigma. And I know about my black belt in. He'll explain that. And he is an author of 3 books before this to be Amazon bestsellers. This book, again, is an Amazon bestseller. So that is always a perennial question. How does he find the time? Because he's a CFO of a very renowned company in South India near Tirupati. He's sitting at God's feet and he's writing about the Gita. So इस आदमी का तो अच्छा होना ही है. Vikram Khaitan, please.
Thank you, sir. And before I start speaking anything about myself and the book, let me run a short presentation of the Luminous Gathering over here, if you permit me, Satadal.
You please go ahead.
Welcome back, everyone. A brief introduction about all the luminous personalities available here, and welcome all other guests over here. Without you, I would not have been a writer. I am a writer because there are readers. And as you said, Satadal, that how am I able to write? And you answered it yourself. I am sitting at the feet of the God in the Vaikuntha of earth. So totally blessed. And what happens is that some books are there to be written. It just requires a writer, and God chooses the writer. This time I was chosen for this. So I humbly take this, blessings from everyone who are here today, present today in this August gathering. As a brief genesis of this book, I would say that things come, genetically. Not that I come from a family of authors or writers, but my father, who is also present here in this gathering, he has been a voracious reader. He had hundreds of books at home, and I had the opportunity to read a book, one book after the other. Also, there used to be a Gita Press publishers who used to publish very good and meaningful books, small books, and they were not entirely religious. They were meaningful books with lots of stories. So I used to read those books, and my grandmother used to read them aloud. And this is how, things get imbibed into the brain when you, as a child, start reading and start listening to stories. And life is all about stories. Life itself is a story. So, on that note, I would also like to say that my previous books are no different from this. Okay, Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in this book, but the previous books are also about life skills, the nuances, the things that we are made up of. Like if you see in, nowadays comedy shows are very commonly going around everywhere. Those stand-up comedians, they say very inane things, very simple things, but those simple things are the sharp observation of life that they have, and that is what cracks you into laughing. It is not about what joke they have said. It is just about their observations, that how they have observed and how they are bringing forth those small observations which make people laugh. So, being an author again is a work of observation first. You observe, you read, you understand, you imbibe certain values. Your experiences determine your perceptions. Your perceptions make your beliefs, and your beliefs make your story. So I'll just take a pause here and let's begin with the other speakers. Thank you very much for allowing me this. Thank you. Thank you, Satyajit. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Vikramji. It was indeed enlightening. And of course, whenever you speak, it's a pleasure to listen because, we every now and then we hear this lateral learning. His YouTube channel, Sip and Talk with Vikram, every Friday, he has got this small snippet called lateral learning, wherein he comes up with a story with a life lesson. And it stays on for a long time because it is so hard hitting and it's so meaningful. And of course, every time he speaks the same way. So before we move on to the first keynote speaker, I'd like to say something that there is a common quotation from Benjamin Franklin saying that write something worth reading or do something worth written about. Write something worth reading or do something worth written about. So, Mr. Vikram Khaitan, of course, has written something worth reading, and he has also done a lot of things that is worth reading about. This is the book of Dr. K.A. Ravindran about productivity, where it features Vikram Khaitan. So, is Ravindran sir here? If he is not, okay, I'll be sharing the link of his book anyway. So, this is where he makes the phrase of Benjamin Franklin true. Congratulations, Vikram Khaitan. And what do we know about? In fact, I know about Mahabharata. I know that there were two friends. Happy Friendship Day to everybody. So there were two friends called Arjuna and Krishna. So the war of Mahabharata was about to begin, and now Arjuna goes into a kind of dilemma, whether to fight or not to fight. No, he was facing his own people, own uncles, his own relatives, and he had to kill them to win the war. So that's what happens. Like Gita says, that we have got a lot of vices that we keep on nurturing for years. They happen to come into our system as our relatives. We have to kill them to win the war of life. Similarly, Krishna instructs him and tells him very friendly, like a friend, Happy Friendship Day once again. It tells like a friend that, well, these are the things that you have to inculcate within yourself. There are these chapters, and again, each chapter has got separate meanings to it. So this is what I know about Mahabharata, and of course, a little bit more from the books that I read from Vikram Khaitan and people like them. But there is one person who knows Gita and Mahabharata very profusely. Dr. K.R.S. Nair, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure and privilege for me to be associated with this grand book launch program by Vikram Khaitan. At the outset, let me thank him for this opportunity. Two things attracted me to reading this book. The special reasons. One is, I've been referring to Bhagavad Gita just like I consult a dictionary on a regular basis. Secondly, as a trainer for more than 2.5 decades, my specialization is in behavioral science. So when I found that the nuggets of wisdom distilled from the Bhagavad Gita are juxtaposed and dovetailed with the relevant behavioral science inputs by the master craftsman named Vikram Khaitan, I thought, perfect. This is the book that I want to read immediately, and I did. Delighted to share with the viewers that this is splendid work by the multifaceted personality, Vikram Khaitan. Kudos to him. In Kathopanishad, we have heard about the famous words Uttishthata Jagrada. Uttishthata is generally understood and translated as awake from sleep, but it has got deeper meanings. It is a clarion call to all human beings who are endowed with the self-awareness, which is a unique human endowment, to be self-awakened. Jagrada also means you have to be vigilant and cautious about the vices. Swami Chinmayananda has termed Arjuna disease for the dilemmas and predicaments in which Arjuna is put. There are various symptoms of Arjuna disease which are given in a beautiful fashion with remedies by Vikram Khaitan in this book. This book is actually about self-awakening as well as banishment of these vices. So let me quickly go through the introductory part of the book is about the virtues. There are 26 virtues to be inculcated and internalized to become divine, to become self-awakened. So let me quickly run through these the virtues one by one, but without much explaining for obvious reason. The number one is abhayam, that is fearlessness. Fear is the child of the parents' low self-esteem and self-doubt. Where fear is there, nothing will work. It will shroud the self-awareness actually. So abhayam, sattva samshuddhi, purity of the inner consciousness. Simply put, mental purity. Jnana yoga vyavasthiti. There are two types of knowledge. Vidya is of two types. One is paravidya, the other is aparavidya. Paravidya is the knowledge of the absolute, knowledge of the ultimate, the almighty. All other knowledge comes under aparavidya only. In the path of paravidya, in the pursuit of paravidya, you are to enter the highway of spirituality, where you absolutely need to have the guidance of a spiritual master. In the introductory part and elsewhere, Vikram Khaitan has underscored this importance. So, like Sattva Samshuddhi, as well as this Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, you need to have a spiritual master. Then Dhanam, charity, no explanation is required. Dhamma, control of senses. Yajna, that is sacrifice. Swadhyaya, self-learning of scriptures, Upanishad, Gita, Vedas, etc. You go through self-learning of these texts, you will be becoming more and more self-aware. And Arjavam means canter, uprightness, mainly moral uprightness. So the slogan is like this: Abhayam sattva samshuddhi, jnana yoga vyavasthiti, dhanam dhamaccha yajnacha, swadhyaya tapa arjavam. I left this tapa. Tapa is penance. So you have to understand the modern times yajna and tapa are all for a noble cause. For example, this self-awareness, the self-awakening should be taken as a yajna as well as tapa. Now next, ahimsa. Ahimsa should be understood as not harming, not doing any harm, not causing any injury to by words, by deeds, by thoughts, like what Gandhiji understood and practiced. Satya, the rishis of the ancient India, Nasha Bharat, gave the strong message to the whole world: Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara, Satyameva Jayate Na Nrutam. So, Satya, Akrodho, not being angry. This is the first chapter of this book is actually about anger management. The famous words from Bhagavad Gita, he has Vikram has cited in that first chapter, which is Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranasyati. What a strong, powerful message. From anger, delusion, from delusion, loss of memory, from loss of memory, your discriminative intellect is lost. When that is not man, you perishes. So akrodha, tyaga, renunciation, shanti. Shanti means tranquility, inner peace. And apaishunam means not bad mouthing anybody, not talking ill of anybody. Then daya bhuteshu, bhuta daya, compassion to all living sentient beings. Aloluptam, non-covetousness, not being greedy. Mardavam, gentleness, tenderness. Hri means humility. That is modesty, being humble, which is the mother of all other virtues. Then achapalam is showing dignity, not being naughty, haughtiness, to avoid haughtiness. So that is, the sloga is Ahimsa Satyam Akrodha Yaga Shanti Rapaishunam Daya Pudeshwaloluptam Mardavam Krira Chapalam. Going further, Teja. Tejas means a splendor. Splendor means the real splendor of a person. When you are acquiring all the other 25 virtues of a divine personality, of self-awakening, then what you exude, what you exhibit is the real splendor. Kshama, forgiveness, patience. Dhriti means it is fortitude, courage, firmness, perseverance. Shaucham, cleanliness, both inner cleanliness as well as outer cleanliness. It should be an inside-out paradigm. Mental purity first, then adroho. That means benevolence, absence of non-malice, and then na atimanita, absence of self-conceit. Don't be too proud, too prideful, with inflated ego and all. Where these are all there, Pavanti Sampadam Devim Abhijadesya Bharata, a son of Bharata, where these are there, where these 6 qualities are, these 26 attributes are there, you can see that the person is self-awakened. These are the characteristics of self-awakened person. I would like to add that there is one specific point to be noted here, which unfortunately many of the readers of the book will be neglecting or ignoring, is the fact which Vikram Kaitan has underscored many a time. It is nothing but many of these virtues, 26 virtues, many of these virtues are not possible to be imbibed or internalized by self-efforts alone. There is the need for a competent spiritual master to guide you. That is why, you see, Bhagavad Gita is 700 slokas. There is a 701st sloka, which is actually the opinion given by or the observation given by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. What is he saying? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudhara, Tatra Srirpur Vijayo Pudi, Nuvaniti Madir Mama, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, where the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent Krishna is there, where Yatra Partho Dhanudhara, where the Partha, who is the wielder of the bow of self-mastery, is there. In other words, where the symbiosis of the Guru and Shishya, master-disciple relationship is there, there all-round success, prosperity, affluence, morality, everything will be there. Matir Mama, this is my conviction. That is what Sanjaya tells Dhritarashtra. That is a very important point to be taken note of. If you want to have full benefit by reading this particular book, then you have to seek the guidance of a competent spiritual master in certain of these 26 virtues. At the end of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, Itite jnana makyatham gukyal gukyataram maya numrisyate sacheshena ythechasi tatha kuru. By this I have imparted to you the hidden secrets of divine knowledge. Now it is up to you. Vimrisyate taseshena. Critically analyze what all things that I told you. Yathechasi tatha kuru. Then you do as you please. This, I think, will be the message Vikram Kaitan also want to give the readers of his seeds of advice to sail through hard times. You critically analyze all these things, seek the help of a spiritual master, then you can definitely become self-awakened. I'm happy to say that I have got enriched like anything in the area of self-awakening as well as self-awareness, etc. by reading this book. Hats off to Vikram. Thank you very much, Vikram, and thank you, the viewers, for listening to me. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nair sir. It was indeed very enlightening the way you have sort of explained the most of the things, and we couldn't have relished it more rather than hearing it from anybody else but you, because you are somebody who can do justice to this great Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Thank you, sir. Thank you once more. There is one saying. There's one saying which is very close to my heart. It says that until the lion has its own storytellers, history will always glorify the hunter. Now, Bhagavad Gita was written in the Indian soil. Today, in US, UK, Germany, Canada, France, we have got Gita, Gita researchers going on. We have got institutes on Gita. But what do we have in India? People are yet to learn that Gita has so many teachings to do, like Nair sir has just explained. Moving further, let us have the opening ceremony of the book. Let us have the launch of the book. And to launch the book, we have got Mr. Ashish Mukherjee. As I said previously, Ashish Mukherjee is a multifarious person. He is multifaceted. He is an engineer. He is an evaluator. He's a book critic. He is a professor. He's an elocutionist. He runs Tagore Academy and all that. So let's not, it is going to be too long. So Ashish sir, and he has rated the book also. So Ashish sir, kindly explain how you have rated the book, and please do the unveiling of the book. Ashish sir, please unmute yourself.
This particular book is connected to me in so many ways, because actually I am basically a yoga man for last 30 years, and I belong to actually Vivekananda Kendra Kanyakumari and Vivekananda Anushandhan Samsthan of Bangalore, Jigni. So all of you know that actually Gita consists of 18 chapters, and all the 18 chapters are on yoga. So there are various chapters, Vishad Yoga, what actually the previous speaker spoke about. Likewise, actually the Buddhi Yoga is there, but actually we deal with mostly 4 yogas, what my guru, actually Swami Vivekananda, wanted to describe. Om Motirajayo Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukho Sarupaya Shamine Tapoharine Shamine Tapoharine Shamine Tapoharine. Good evening to all of you. I am Ashish Mukherjee. I feel immense pleasure to unveil this book of these life lessons from the Bhagavad Gita in front of you. This book, Seeds of Advice, written with complete devotion by Vikram Kaitan, is applicable to one and all in the current society of today. The negative environment that we live in can be neutralized through the life and cleansing nuggets from this book. Bhagavad Gita is something that is close to my heart, and I follow the principles stated in it as closely as possible in my personal practices and through yoga. I have read this book and liked it thoroughly. I know that actually most of you have read the book, but what are the table of contents? that I just want to mention once. This book primarily consists of 18 chapters. As Shatodal has already told, that actually Mahabharata and all these Hindu spiritual books have got multiplications of 9 and 18 and all that. And Gita is also 18. Though Gita may not be a part of Mahabharata to that extent, that controversy I do not want to enter into. But the first chapter deals with calmness for anger. The second is the modesty for arrogance. And then the repentance to last, the third. The fourth is this unselfishness over greed. Fifth is clarity over bewilderment. Sixth is cheer over jealousy. Solace after grief is seventh. Chapter 8 is fortitude against fear. And chapter 9 is bliss after depression. Chapter 9 is equality over discriminations. Chapter 11 is zeal for laziness or energy for laziness. And there's a friendship, as it is a friendship day, already Shatodal has mentioned 2-3 times, beats loneliness. Hope for desperate. And the chapter 14 is resistance for temptations. Chapter 15, chastity from self-sinfulness. Chapter 16 is hardness for wandering mind. Chapter 17, virtue for forgiveness. And chapter 18 is seeking of peace. Actually, what I want to say that the 19th chapter is very important, wherein actually he has brought in something from Upanishad, not from Gita, I would say, because he has brought in Adi Shankara, and actually he added 3 things. Adi Shankara added that what are the grace of God in our life? First is birth as human. Second is a burning desire for liberation. Third is receiving guidance from an enlightened person or guru. There he brought in actually from Taittiriya Upanishad, which is actually very interestingly, we teach this Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, the pyramid, and Monomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. So these 5, actually, this story actually depicts like that. This is the story of Bhrigu and Varuna. Bhrigu is the father. Incidentally, he is actually the teacher of Bhrigu is the father of Varuna, and incidentally, Bhrigu is also father of Varuna. So the way actually in Taittiriya Upanishad, I cannot go into that details now, how this Annamaya Kosha, but Vikram has very nicely placed that what is Annamaya Kosha leading us to the Anandamaya Kosha finally. So that is the 5 steps we have to cover in this book. It is beautifully written in the conclusion part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as Mr. Ashish Mukherjee unveils the book, please unmute yourself and clap for Vikram.
Congrats, sir. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
वेतन जी
विक्रम सर, बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ आपको, शुभकामनाएं।
कांग्रेचुलेशन
Ashish sir, can I request you to show Vikramji and the audience like how you have rated the book, how much you have rated the book, and why you have rated the book.
Started.
Can you kindly show? And let me tell you that Mr. Ashish Mukherjee is very miser in giving marks. You know, if you write very well also, I try to write very well. He does not give me marks. But this time, I don't know.
That's not
Yes.
the thing. Actually, the rating actually is done based on certain assessment is always done, whether in the examination paper or in the book launching, everywhere there are certain norms we have to follow.
Yes.
So first, actually, what I wanted to say that the Bikram has not deviated much from the context of the Gita. Maybe that he has taken the art of living or lifestyle, actually how we should follow the lifestyle and all that he has mentioned, but he has not deviated from the basic context of Gita. Second is all the ages, for all the people, his book would be usable and actually readable, very nice one. Apt in the current scenario. The scenario actually, we are not living in Dapat or we are not living in Satyajug, we are living in Kali. So actually the current scenario, these type of books are very much required with the help of what Vikram has done with the help of Gita. Very good language and meaningful sentences have been used. Cover actually you can see it, that itself is also very attractive, and that it has described a very symbolic chakra, and the summing up is very concise, as I was just telling when Satadal entered in, that the 19th chapter he has summed up very nicely. The depth of knowledge deployed is a good research. He has studied very well actually. Gita is read by everyone from his own angle also, and actually Bikram has described it very nicely. Very good introductions to the content. That chapters actually I have already read out to you. Flow is apt and profound. The solution provided are practical and rational. So actually I have given little high informal rating. This is not actually the rating given by the bankers. So actually this book, as a book critic, I am thoroughly like many of the things, but the informal rating which I could give it is 9.4 out of 10.
Sir, can we see the rating that you have given? Sir, can we see the rating you have given?
Yes, you can see.
So, ladies and gentlemen, can we have an applause for Vikram Khaitan, please? 9.4 is the highest that Ashish Mukherjee has ever given.
Congratulations.
And Mr. Ashish Mukherjee never gave me more than 8. So, you know, Vikramji, you'll have to teach some tricks.
Yes.
No, but I must congratulate Bikram for showing bright light amidst these times of darkness. I wish wide acceptance of the book amongst the readers. This is very important. And Bikram has actually also given a very nice poem, which is known to many of us and to me also. So that actually I want to read out to you just the last conclusion part of his book. He wrote like that actually the substitute sip your tea with live your life and fun begins. Sip your tea nice and slow. No one ever knows when it's time to go. There shall be no time to enjoy the glow, to sip your tea nice and slow. Life is too short, but feels pretty long. There is too much to do, so much going wrong. and most of the time you struggle to be strong before it's too late. Some friends stay, others go away. Loved ones are cherished, but not all will stay. Kids will grow up and fly away. There's really no saying how things will go. So sip your tea nice and slow. In the end, it's really all about understanding love for this world and in the stars above. Appreciate and value who truly cares. Smile and breathe. And let your worries go. So just sip your tea nice and slow. Actually, I don't have much to say. I congratulate Vikram. I congratulate this August gathering, and it's thanks to one and all present here.
Thank you, sir. I am blessed. I am so grateful to you for this wonderful rating and the wonderful summarization you have done. I have got the reward for my writing already, sir. Whether my book sells further, it will be for the purpose of the God. But today, as a writer, I feel I have got my reward. Thank you very much, sir.
I wish wide acceptance of the book amongst readers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to be here and enlightening us. And of course, your guidance is required every moment, for me at least, and Vikram sir also. And talking about Guru Shishya, that was there always in Gita. You know, though they were friends, Krishna and Arjun were like Guru Shishya. We also have several gurus. Ashish Mukherjee is a guru for me. And there's another guru called Mr. Som Batla, the founder of AFH platform.